powerful features of Proxy is the ability to create reusable templates, which will allow for customization of certain types of tasks or automation of certain types of projects and workflows. Users with the appropriate permissions can access the template manager on the main menu. In the template manager, any individual can create a new custom template for the appropriate task, workflow, or project simply by navigating to the appropriate area and then creating the Add New button at the top. If we take a look at an existing template for a task template, we can see how these might work. So this base NDA template will always create a task with the title Non-Disclosure Agreement with insert name, allowing for uniformity of all NDA matters for that individual client or customer. All of these will be assigned to the human resources team. There's no necessarily any magic to that. It could go to anyone. And the due date will always be 10 days in advance of the current date. As we click continue, we'll see that there will be two custom fields created when this template is used. The first is the contracting entity, i.e. the other party with whom the NDA is being negotiated, and then also the appropriate template. Which of the multiple NDA templates will this particular task use? And here we see there's a default value as the mutual short form NDA. As you can imagine, this can be customized in any number of ways to allow for the specifics of the particular task template or other fields that may be relevant to that individual in-house team. Once you've selected the additional fields, you simply move on to give the template a name. Here we call it the base NDA template, and then finally save that template. What this allows for is when a user goes to create a new task, rather than use simply the existing base fields within the system, the user can select a template from this drop-down at the top. And if I were to select this base NDA template, what you see is the name gets populated. So I can simply fill in the blank here, and it gets assigned to the human resources team. The date is 10 days in advance, and I get these two additional fields at the bottom. The contracting entity, here I will say it is Acme Corp, and the default value of mutual short form NDA as the NDA template. I can then create that task using the template, and these additional fields will be brought into the task and available to track and change as users move through the process of completing that task. Templates may also be project or workflow, whereby a user creates not only the top level item, but also the items that fall underneath it. So for a project, a user could create base workflows. For a workflow, the user could create tasks, which will always be created when that template is used. So if I navigate to the workflow here and I see an NDA workflow template, I'll go through an existing one to show an example. Here, when a new NDA workflow is created, again, we see non-disclosure agreement with insert company name and 10 days out in the future. There is one custom field here, the NDA term in month. That is a default value of 12, assuming that it's going to be a 12-month term for that NDA. Here is where workflow and project templates differ than task templates. In this workflow example, I can create multiple tasks, confirm the other party's information, select the appropriate template, execute the NDA, and approve the pre-signing. This will allow for standardization so that every time this workflow template is used, the same tasks will get created, allowing both for greater efficiency, but consistency in the way that any item or any request flows through the internal process of that legal department, firm, or legal team. So as I save that template, if I want to navigate to create a new workflow, I can simply select that template from the top. I can fill in the relevant details, and as I create that new workflow, the tasks within that workflow will be auto-generated, allowing me to utilize the same process each time and to create greater efficiency, eliminating the need to create 4 tasks when that initial workflow is created.